Hey, welcome to my journey and to another Dollar Tree Dinners. So today I have 3 meals for you. The first thing we made is an Italian pasta salad. It is a 1-dish meal. Like we were talking about, it's versatile. You could use it for lunch or supper, light, potluck, picnic, side dish, just something to have in the refrigerator when you get hungry, something to go to. And then we have, let me look over there and see if I can remember. What is that? Oh, hash. We have our ham and potato hash and some green beans. That's a really good meal. And then we have mackerel patties with creamed potatoes and brown sugared carrots. And that is a good meal. I said it when I just wrapped up the video. I'm not making you anything that I won't eat. And I'll tell you that. I'm not going to go in there and say, oh, well, this will make a good meal, knowing I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to make it. I mean, it might be something you eat, but if I don't eat it, I can't vouch for it. You see what I'm saying? These are hopefully to give you some ideas, like with the green beans. If you have a big family, you might need more than 1 can of green beans. So do little things like that. Like I did mention when I made my salmon, I keep calling them salmon patties. Okay, I'm going to tell you again. You've already, I said it in there, but I'm going to tell you now, and you can just hear it again. When I was a young bride, we didn't have much back then, and this was RJ's daddy. And so when he was little, we ate jack mackerel a lot because we couldn't afford salmon, and we loved salmon patties. I'm telling you, if somebody makes it for you and they don't tell you, you don't know the difference. It's just like a salmon patty. So that's why when I saw that, I was excited because I've eaten it many, many times in my life. The only thing I wish I had got 2 cans of it. But when I got the crackers in it, it really stretched it out more than I thought it would. So just use your discretion. When you see how much mine makes, use your discretion as to your size of family. If you think you need 2 cans or more, that would be on you. Same with the hash. If you want more or less ham, more or less potatoes, these things are subject to change. Any way you need to change them, add things, take away things. If you've had extra things, in your pantry, if you got onions or, different kind of spices. But what I'm showing you, I'm cooking with things that I bought just for that meal. And then if I had it left from another meal, I'll tell you. The brown sugar for the carrots, I had it left, so I've used it several times. Those are things that you put your $1.25 up front, but it's going to last you a whole lot more than just that one meal. Same with the cooking spray and the oils, things like that. So that is what we made today, and I think that they're going to have some good meals coming up this week. I'm glad you are coming to join me for these Dollar Tree dinners. I am enjoying it. I'm loving it. I think all the time when I buy stuff, I'm like, oh, I got a list back there. When I think of things, I'm like, oh, well, look for so-and-so when you get to the Dollar Tree. You can make this, or you can make that. So anyway, I don't know what we'll make next week. Next week will probably be the last one for a few weeks, because when I'm recovering from my knee surgery, there won't be any cooking videos for probably a couple weeks, I'm guessing, at least. So anyway, you got one today and you should get one next week. So anyway, let's turn around and start cooking. For our Italian pasta salad, the first thing we need to do is cook our pasta. I'm using this rotini. I'm going to use the whole box. It is 20 ounces. We're just going to make a big old batch of this. Now, while we are waiting for the pasta to cook, let's slide over here and get the other ingredients ready. What I want to do first is drain the black olives, because they're pitted, but they're whole. And we're not going to use all of them, I don't think, because I think that might be just a little bit too many. So what I have left, I want to be able to store back in its juice. So I'm going to pull out, I'm not sure, maybe half. And I just want to chop them, dice them, slice them. I don't know what you might want to call it. Whatever size you want them to be. I'm thinking something like that. So it's still a nice bite size. So let me do all these. The olives are all chopped up. And this is how I keep my, I have these little glass bowls. And we are actually having tostadas this weekend. So I will chop some of those up to put on top of that. So they definitely will get used. Next, this is just a can of diced tomatoes. And all I want to do is drain them. So I'm just going to let them sit back here. I'm not going to chop them because they're already diced. I'm going to leave them the size they are. But I'm going to let them sit back there and drain while we work on this. Well, some good tomato juice to put in something. Now we're just going to use a pack of pepperoni. And you could use more than one pack if you wanted to. This totally up to you how much pepperoni you want in your salad. But I'm just going to stick with one. And I do want to slice it. I don't want to put it in a whole because it'll go farther if we slice it up, dice it up. So I'm going to stack it and just cut it in quarters. So just like that. So let's do that. Okay, now everything that we're going to put in it is ready. We just need to wait on the pasta and then we'll put it together. Our pasta is done, and I have found over my experience with making pasta salads that your dressing will, I'm using it says Classic Zesty Italian. It'll soak into the pasta better if you dress it while it's hot. So I always like to do that. Now I'm thinking, let me see. This will be one of those things to taste. It smells really good. Let's add in our tomatoes and our black olives and our pepperoni. Let's give this a stir and see if we think we need. Oh, it's looking really, really good. If you had like fresh cucumber on hand or onion, add it. But we're sticking to what we can get at the Dollar Tree. I am going to pour all of it. So I'm using the whole bottle. Yeah, that looks really good. Here is the entire recipe of Italian pasta salad. It smells delicious. I think it's going to be delicious. And it'll be great for a light lunch, a light supper, a side dish, something to take to a potluck. Just a very versatile dish. So there you have it. Italian pasta salad. Stick around for what's coming up next. We're going to start this meal over here with some green beans because I want them to cook the whole time I'm cooking the hash. I still have these chicken bouillon cubes that I had from, I don't know how many ever weeks ago. I can't even remember what I bought it for, but there's like, I think 25 in there. So that's 25 cups of chicken broth for $1.25. And I am just going to put one in. I just have a little bit of water in there. Hopefully it's going to be enough to cover my beans. Now, I just have 1 can of beans. You can use more if you need them. What I like to do, I just take it off and I go over the sink like that and rinse the beans. And then I rinse it with cold water and keep going back and forth until I rinse kind of the can taste off. And that's how I do my regular canned beans, whether I'm making them from the Dollar Tree or not. But these are Del Monte, so these are name brand. But I eat non-name green beans too, so that doesn't really bother me. But that will help. Add some salt and pepper to it if you need to. That will help it take some of the can feel out of it. So now let's slide over here and get started on the hash. I have my pan heating up. I'm going to slide it back because sometimes I can get it too hot. But I'm using 2 cans of this because they're small. And I really did want, you can use 1, but I really wanted this to be meaty. So I'm splurging and doing 2 cans. This, if you're not used to it, has the little key on the bottom. And I'll show you how it works. You just lift up that little tab. This is how corned beef hash comes, and corned beef. And then you just twist and it rolls off. And then we'll just take that off. And let's see if we can get that to come out. There you go. So I'm going to, I did get this at Dollar Tree. I have it on hand. I forgot to put it in the picture. So if you don't have cooking spray on hand, that would be, oh, if I can get it open, part of your expenditure for this meal. So I'm just going to spray my pan a little bit. Not much because this, let me slide that. This, you can see, is fatty. So I just want to dice it about the same as my potatoes. So about that big. So let me go ahead and finish dicing up the rest of this ham. We will get our, it's lunch meat, luncheon loaf. It's just Dollar Tree. Oh, there it goes. Dollar Tree Spam or Treat. I grew up on Treat. Spam was for rich people. That's what we always thought because we only had Treat. No joke, I only had Spam as an adult when I bought it myself just to see what the hubbub was about. And I'll just be honest, I prefer Treat because that's what I grew up on. So now we're going to let this brown. Our ham is starting to brown up pretty good. So I'm going to add the potatoes. I have 2 cans of diced potatoes, and they just come in water. So I'm going to drain them. Okay, there is no need to rinse. And you can salt and pepper this. I personally would do it at the table because there's going to be a lot of salt in that ham. So I'm just going to stir this. Let it cook in this pan a while. I want to get the potatoes nice and heated through. If they start to brown up, that's good too. So just come over here every little bit and give it a stir. And the green beans are over there doing their thing. And when this is just about through, we'll make our gravy. For the gravy, I have made this exact gravy on my channel numerous times because we love it. We make it on a lot of things, breakfast bowls, all kind of stuff. It's just a Pioneer Country gravy mix. This is how easy it is. You bring to the boil 1.5 cups of water. Mix the gravy mix with half a cup of cool water. Pour it in. And just stir it until it thickens. And you'll see how quick it goes. There you go. There is gravy. So let's go over here and look at this wonderful meal. All right, now y'all know I don't get fancy with the plating. At the beginning, I thought, oh, I'll show you how it looks nice on a plate and everything. Well, I don't need, the food goes to my son. Y'all know. There's no need for me to mess up a plate of food that's going to go to the waste if I don't need to eat it. So I just leave it in the dishes that I'm going to send to his house. And I know y'all understand that. Part of trying to save money cooking is not wasting. So that is me not wasting. This is the hash. I did taste it and it's good. That's a good little spam substitute. And then here's our green beans that really smell good. And the gravy to go on the hash. I could have poured it on there and sent it that way, but they might not want gravy on it, or they might. I don't know. So I thought I'd give them the option. So that is this meal. Hash with gravy and green beans. Now stay tuned. We got one more to go. For this last meal, I want to get our carrots started. It's just a can of sliced carrots. I didn't drain them or anything. I left the juice that was with them. And I already had the brown sugar for, I believe it was the baked beans. We do like a little brown sugar in with our carrots. So you don't have to have it, but if you have it on hand, use it. Totally up to you. But it does give a little extra sweetness to the carrots. So I just want these to hang out and cook while we're working on the rest of the meal. Now we're going to make our mock salmon patties. It is the mackerel, Jack mackerel. This is how it comes in liquid. Now let me drain it. Hold on. You do it the same way. You can see it looks exactly like salmon. It smells like salmon. It tastes like salmon. When I was a young bride, we couldn't afford salmon because we like salmon patties. But we could afford Jack mackerel because it was so much cheaper. That's why when I saw this, I'm like, well, it's not like I haven't done this before, so we're going to do it again. We're going to make salmon patties with Jack mackerel. Now, I wish I had bought 2 cans. I don't know why I didn't, because these are much smaller cans than a can of salmon. Now, they do sell salmon in the pouch, but you know how many pouches you would have to buy to make salmon patties? Now, you don't have to pick out those bones. I won't eat it if they're not picked out. They have to be picked out for me, because if I bite into a bone, I'm done. So I'm going to pick them out for RJ and Holly. The little pin bones, whatever, they're not really pin bones. These little side bones, now they do just kind of disintegrate. But the spine bones, they kind of stay like a bone. So if you have a big family, definitely get 2 cans. And then I'm just going to mush it up with my fingers, flake it. Now here's what's getting me. I planned on using the plain breadcrumbs. These are panko. So I planned on coating them in that, because what I normally make my salmon patties with is saltine crackers and eggs and onions. Well, I wish I had onions, but I don't. Well, I bought this box of crackers, and I thought I'll use the water crackers because they're going to be plain no taste to them that would act more like a saltine than, say, the butter cracker or the multigrain. Here's my problem with that. I open them up, and all bags look the same. They're not marked anywhere that I can find that tells me what kind of cracker they are. So I'm going to see if I can do it without it. Oh, let me turn my burner on. Hold on. I'm going to heat my oven. I'm going to use this oil. I got this there at the Dollar Tree. If you don't have it, if you have your regular oil, that's fine. Just put you just a little bit down in your pan. This, I forgot to show in the picture because it was in the refrigerator, so I didn't think about it. I was making salmon patties. This is something I have done before. I was making salmon patties one time, and I got my crackers out and everything, got my salmon ready, and I didn't have any eggs. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going to hold it together? So I got to thinking. Mayonnaise is just eggs and oil, so I used mayonnaise, and guess what? It tasted good. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to bind these salmon patties. Now, you can bulk them up with these crackers, but I tell you, I just don't know that I want to. I guess I could open them all up and see which ones. Oh, let's just do it. Let me see if I can feel. I don't know. I'm gonna. Oh, I got lucky. Looky there. I got lucky. There is the water crackers. So we're going to crunch these up because look, they crunch up good like a saltine cracker. Oh, I'm excited. I felt that just the way they felt. Kind of, see that? They just felt kind of knobby. I don't know how else to describe it. But this is where you stretch your mackerel out. Now, you don't have to put them in the breadcrumbs, but I thought, you know what? They sell them. That might be a nice extra touch. We'll give it a try. I need a separate spoon. I need some more mayonnaise. You can also do the same with tuna. You can make tuna patties. Let's see. I'm going to add just a skosh more crackers. I think my oil is heated. Okay, let's slide over. I have my panko in a little dish. I'm not starting out with much. I can always add more. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a spoonful of my, I'm calling them salmon patties just because that's what they are to me. Just making a nice little patty. And I'm going to drop it and coat it in that panko. Kind of flatten it out. I know y'all can't see. Just, I'm going to set it down in the oil. Okay, let's check. Oops. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. Uh-oh. The final step to this meal is to make our taters. So you just need to pour 2 cups of boiling water in your dish. And just drop in the whole pouch. This is the buttery home style. I thought that would go good with the jack mackerel patties. And just stir it around. It does say 2. Yeah, I was going to say, did I read that wrong? Of course, I had it memorized because we like these. I don't know about y'all, but... And actually, I was putting in my grocery order tonight, and these are like 20 cents higher at Walmart than they are at the Dollar Tree for the same thing. So isn't that cool? All right, let's see what we're having for this supper. First, I want to tell you, save your crackers. I'm just going to put these back. I didn't open these, so now I know I've got a multigrain and a butter crisp, which are like Ritz, to work with for the future. So you can either eat them with peanut butter, or if you have dips or cheese or whatever you want to have crackers with, or you can save them for a future recipe, which is what I'm going to do. Because the butter crackers will be good on top of a casserole type thing. So what we have for this meal is our nice and crispy jack mackerel patties, some brown sugar carrots, and some cream potatoes. So I think that's going to be delicious. Okay, well that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed these 3 meals. They didn't take me any time at all. And I think they're going to love them. I would. I'll eat everything I cook. I've already told you. I will not cook you something that I will not eat. So there you have it. And I will see you on my next video.